Hello, this is Ecom Rebel, and we are back live streaming yet again. Alrighty, what a day, what a day. I woke up this morning and it was wild. That's all I can say. It was wild. So let's get into it. First of all, I'm going to draw a winner from yesterday. We'll do that first, and then let's get into it. Alright, let's find a winner. Dena Soba Hediata. Maybe I can't pronounce your last name, but Dina. Good bro, how Bitcoin price in the end of the year? Good question. Well, let's answer that. I'm going to send you $10 worth of Bitcoin cash. So I appreciate your comments. Let's transfer that now. I'm just going to use my Exodus wallet. You know how much I like Exodus. It's great. So I'm just going to use that to send some Bitcoin cash over to our winner. So I'll do that first. So we got a few people on our live chat. Chanel, actually, while you're on here, Chanel, can you please tell me how to pronounce your name? That'd be good, instead of me butchering it all the time. Mr. Bazinga 431, hello, and Crypto to the Moon, g'day. Thanks for joining me. All right, okay, we've got our little address here. So we've got a winner. Let's send $10 US. Send. Done. Awesome. All right. So let's go back to. Yeah. So Dina, when you receive your Bitcoin Cash, please let me know. Please put in the comments. I do check them out. I want to make sure you got it. So that's awesome. And thank you very much for your question. So how Bitcoin price in the end of the year? Well, after looking at today's market, you'd think, oh my God, what's going to happen? Is it going to be even more than 20,000? Well, I'm pretty much thinking it's going to be around the 100,000, like we've seen a lot of predictions. I think minimum 10x this year. It could be a lot more, but I'm just going with 10x. Okay, and the reason for that is this is pretty normal, which I'm going to cover shortly. I'm going to cover some of the news and what's been going on. Alrighty, so thanks for that. Let's close that one down. Let's check out what's happening on the markets. Alright, so woke up this morning, looked at the markets, and it was just red across the board, between basically 15% and 40%. Just red. Now this is like the second day in a row, maybe even a third, that we've had all red. And Bitcoin's down to basically 10,000. Ethereum, just recently was 1,200, now to 888. Ripple down to $1. Bitcoin Cash from 25, nearly 3,000 at one stage, down to 1,500. Cardano 49 cents. Litecoin 162. That's nearly half. It was about 300 not too long ago. Neo, Nem, Stellar, all down. EOS, we go down. Tether, of course, hasn't moved. We'll keep going down. Smart Cash up 4%. Also Ethos and Neblio, Neblio, we'll call it Neblio, 65% up. So definitely something going on with that one. And as you keep going down, Nexus, so most of the market was down. So if you have a look at the whole market cap, we're down to 462 billion. So it was a massive reduction in the market cap today. Now we'll get to some of the news, and so people have been worried about why this is happening, and essentially it's because before January, like in December, we went from like 10,000 to 20,000 in a very short period of time. It just doubled, and honestly, it just it was getting out of control, and it was most likely that was, if I remember rightly, that was when the most amount of media exposure, where people were coming into the market and just blindly getting coin and putting money into the market. And now, a lot of those people got in at the top, and now they're sitting at 50%, 60% losses. So, that's basically what's happened with the, people coming into the market, and now we've got this. I mean, you could call it a crash, but I wouldn't think. I'd just call this a bit of a correction, because I'm not sure if I showed last night, but I had a look at one of the charts, and it was a chart of Bitcoin, and basically how it went up to 20,000, and now it's back to the 10,000 mark, and we're right at that level just before it took off dramatically. So I think that we're at a good correction. It may go down to 9,000, but essentially I see it continuing now and moving back up once it's cleared out all these people that got in at the top and didn't hold on. That's something to be aware of. Okay, so let's have a look at the news. The biggest one I saw today was I had a look at that article. Wasn't very exciting, just talking about the number of losses. I think on Bitcoin.com they had a few different things. Where was it? Oh, this was one of the biggest ones. I woke up to this morning. Now, if you're in this space, you would know about these things like Bitconnect. So Bitconnect basically shut down today, and this was massive. It was massive. It's essentially it's a crypto currency, but Bitconnect it basically made a Ponzi scheme out of it. Okay, and essentially people would they'd buy Bitcoin. They had Bitcoin and they'd swap it for Bitconnect's coin. Okay, they'd swap it for that, and then that would go into the platform and they would receive these payouts. And people were putting in a lot of coin into it, and that they were getting it back daily payouts. Now, this has been going on for some time, and I talked about Bitconnect saying it was a scam even a couple of weeks ago, even a few days ago. And look, I don't know what it is. Some people can't get it or don't understand when they see a scam. Maybe they haven't had experience with it. Maybe it's their first time with things. But I don't have that problem. Like the scams that I see them, and I know what they are. And it's very rare that I get scammed because I don't fall for things that just don't make sense. And lending, pretending to lend to someone and then getting money back, it's just absolutely ridiculous when you ask anyone about it. So that's the thing with Ponzi schemes. So what's interesting about it is basically they had a Twitter. I think I saw a Twitter post about it first, and then there was a official thing that they put out, which was they talked about the Bitconnect. And basically, the payout was $363 for the actual BCC coin, and they were going to put it in the wallet. Now there was only one, I believe there was only one market available, and essentially, the market went from, I think it was. I'll have a look at the thing here. It was trading quite high, and it literally dropped 80%, 80 or 90%. In just a matter of minutes. So it completely dropped out, and so there's just nothing going on at all with this whole Bitcoin, Bitconnect coin, okay, BCC. So essentially, if you had your money in this, you don't have anything left, okay? And this is the problem with Ponzi schemes. When people are making money, they're getting payouts and everyone's happy, and then they're getting people to come into the market, and they get referral money for bringing people in, and it's all rosy. But once the money stops flowing in to pay for the payouts, then that's when things fall over. And because of this correction at the moment, that the money hasn't kept flowing in, and because of that, we've seen this. Now they've cited here the reasons was bad press, cease and desist orders, okay, and DDoS attacks. Well, this cease and desist is because in the real world, governments don't tolerate Ponzi schemes, okay? Because, government is the biggest Ponzi scheme as long as we're banking. So they don't want any competition. And essentially, they've put out cease and desist letters. Now, remember, they want to protect people, which is why they do it. They don't want people losing their funds because basically all the money's going to criminals. That's why they don't want it. People to participate in Ponzi schemes. Okay, but a lot of people have no idea that they're doing it or don't care. They just want to make the money and don't think of the ramifications. But as soon as you invest your money in this sort of stuff, you're actually giving your money to somebody else, and relying on them to make the money or not make the money. And this is just a scam. And there'll be the people who created this probably have already got another one they're working on. So this is not the first and not the last. It's going to continue. It always has. But you need to be aware of them. If you participate in them, you're taking a risk. And also, more importantly, the people that you refer to them, you're making money off them. Okay, that's fine. But when everything falls over, those people are, could come hunt you down. So here's, I'm going to switch to a couple of people, well, maybe 2 or 3 people that have been big in this space. And if you're on YouTube, you would have seen this. So here's one. This is Crypto Nick. And for a long time now, he's been doing everything with Bitconnect, been really big. He's only a young kid, and he's been into 200,000 subscribers he's had. And basically he talked a little bit about the last video today was the end of Bitconnect. Now, he would have lost a substantial amount of money being in that. If he was smart, maybe he would have got diversified into something else. But the problem is that he would have put thousands and thousands of people with his links making money, going into this Ponzi scheme, and then his own money would have got lost as well. So honestly, there's no winners in this. People lost. The only people won that was the people that set up the Ponzi scheme, Bitconnect, and now have fleeced all that coin and are off to make their next scam. Another one was Trevor James. He hasn't got his live on here, but he went live this morning. I watched his live, and basically I saw on his dashboard he had something like 2 million BCC coins. That was in, I don't know what else he's drawn out, but that's what he had at the time, and essentially they're worthless. He was even trying to buy more BCC when it was at $30 or $28. So look, I don't know these people individually or anything like that. I don't want to wish harm on anyone. It's just a shame that they get involved, they promote this stuff. And you know what? The problem is now that they've lost a substantial amount of money. They've got other people who have a substantial amount of money. But the people that have joined, they've either willing or not willing went into it thinking they were just going to make money and sit back and do nothing or whatever. And honestly, that it never works out. Okay? So, full on the people that actually went into it and full on these people that promote it. And these guys knew what it was. They knew exactly what it was. And, they'll, I don't know what's going to happen to them or whether they're going to continue. But, I wouldn't say they're going to have too many friends in this space or on YouTube. So we'll see what happens. Another one was Craig Graham, 46,000 subscribers. And, basically same thing. Heavy into Bitconnect, would have lost a bunch. But all the same time, he made a lot of money referring people, as you do with these sort of Ponzi schemes. Who knows whether he'll transition to something else. But, it's not a way to make friends when you put people into known schemes. It's different if you say, hey, this is a Ponzi scheme. This is what's going to happen in the end. If you get into it, you're going to probably lose your money. It's up to you. If you know the risks, but a lot of these people don't say that. They just tell you how good it is, how much money you're making because they're going to make referral commissions. And that's the nature of this. So, they're going to have to deal with the consequences of what they're doing. So, good luck with that, guys. And we'll close that down. So, that was just a brief thing. I even had someone I knew that was in USI Tech and also a few people in Bitconnect as well. They've lost all their funds. And, they've got to answer to, their family. Or maybe they're not even going to tell their family. I don't know. But that's the thing about it. It could be a small sum. It could be a large sum. But you don't get into this stuff. It's just stupid. There's plenty of other things to get into rather than getting into these scams. So that's the end of Bitconnect, but it won't be the last of all these Ponzi schemes. So thank God that's gone. But you know what? That was worth nearly $3 billion on CoinMarketCap. When I looked at it last, this is what happens, when people just what's it called? Bitconnect. BCC. Okay, you have a look at this. So this was like, here we go, we're at 15, 92% loss right now. but essentially it's worthless. It was 2.6 billion market cap there at one stage. So there we go, $2.6 billion, I believe that says. Yeah, 2.6 billion. Now it's worth currently 100 million, but that will basically go to zero. This thing's dead. Bitconnect's dead. And there's basically $3 billion wiped off this, coin market cap. And that was people's money that they'd put into it, and it's gone now. So, that's the end of that. So that was the end of Bitconnect. What else was in the news? I'll just see what you guys say in the live chat. What do we got here? So, welcome back. Yeah, welcome back, William. Hello. We had some people want to put their Bitcoin Cash. No, don't put your Bitcoin Cash address in here. Hey, you got me live right now. You may as well ask some questions while I'm here. So, welcome back, William says, hedge fund are shorting Bitcoin and their cohort is the mainstream media. You know what? That could be true. You've got the futures markets, the mainstream media. They'll basically do anything. If there's enough money involved, they'll do it. If there's enough influence of people, they'll do it. So there's no, like, you think of it this way. They've got the futures contracts, big money. If you were investing, if it got ahead of you and you were like going, okay, this crypto is going to get big, and you've got billions, maybe even trillions of money for, that you can invest as a hedge fund or whatever, a big fund, and you can make massive gains for the people, or your members or for yourself, they're going to put that into Bitcoin. But they're going, okay, well, how are we going to reduce that price? What's going to happen? So the media really went to town with the whole crypto crashing, and it was just went out of control with the way they're reporting it. But that's media, and it's caused that price to go down a lot. And also it is in January as well. In the past January it has gone down, but we've had a really big hit. So easily, now that price is reduced, they could easily come in. They've just picked up Bitcoin for half the price of what it was. So when it was 20 grand, they're now going to come in and pick it up at 10 grand. And essentially, it is going to continue and pass 20 grand, and it will continue up. And this sort of stuff happens all the time, except it goes in a big way. So yeah, welcome back, William. I think that could be true. Crypto the Moon says 3 years ago, BTC Jam lending platform, same like Bitconnect, exit scam. Exactly. Heaps of them have been around. There's still plenty around. Keep away from them if you want to hold on your money. Also, I don't know if asking honestly channel, what about I think you meant Dogecoin in the future. Well, look, last thing I heard about Dogecoin was that there's nothing happening on their GitHub for the last 2 years. And honestly, this is the thing. You can't just have a coin that does nothing and keeps going up in value. It has to be worth something. There has to be development behind it, teams, communities, and if that's not happening, if there's nothing new happening, it's just going to get left behind. So yeah, I don't really think much is going to happen with Dogecoin unless developers pick it up and someone runs with it. So nothing's going to happen there. So let's get back to the news. So yeah, Bitconnect basically shut down. And then there was, so we got that one done. Here's another one. I mentioned this briefly yesterday. Businessman outright buys 2 electric power stations to do mining in Bitcoin. Okay. And, this is pretty incredible. So they went to Russia. They've bought these power stations pretty cheap. I think 3 million. That's pretty cheap, I suppose. Bought that. They're going to run a mining farm. And, the main reason is the conditions. Like, it's cold and electricity is cheap. So a lot of them are going to go to from Iceland, Canada. There's a whole bunch of places in that area. They're going to benefit from mining operations, and also Russia wants to regulate the crypto market and bring aboard. I think they're accepting of the miners. So I think they'll make it legal and allow it to happen. They can see it as a win-win for their country. So I think that will happen. That was an interesting article. You'll probably see more of this. So that was great. I just wanted to update you on that one. All right, so the biggest thing was like the top 68 cryptos dived during the January slump. So if you have a look at this chart, this is basically how high it went up, and then it's come back down, right? So it went up above 10,000, then just shot up, and it's back to that level now. So even up to that point, even up to 10,000, was pretty amazing. But then it just went like a rocket, and it came back down. So now this article talks about the indicators, basically bouncing off the 200 moving day average. And most of the market's down. As far as I see it, today was if you wanted to get into a coin, or you wanted to, buy more Bitcoin or buy more alts, today was the day to do it, because you don't know how long these is going to last, how long it's going to rebound. Tomorrow, the market might regain 20, 30, 40%. And I didn't sell out any of my coins at all, because I see where it's going to be in the future. And today's markets is irrelevant to where it's going to be in 12 months, 2 years from now. Okay, do you think that the new ICOs, that there was an ICO today that picked up 13 million dollars? Okay, do you think they're going to not do what they're going to do over the next year? Do you think the teams of people that are already involved in development and making new projects and programs, do you think they're just going to stop working because the price dropped 40% in one day? No, they're going to continue. They've got the funds, they've got their project, they're going to do that, and when it's finished, they're going to build more infrastructure and bring more people into the space and provide more services and products and make a difference. And then in that time, it'll be 10x, 100x where it is now. So also to note, in early 2015, this was the standard. January, it dipped. In early 2016, it dipped. And the same with early 2017. And same again. So if you actually look on the cycles, which I did know about this before, I learned this from a trader that talked about the yearly, what's happened on a yearly basis. And so it was no surprise to me that this had dropped. I even, I think a few weeks ago it was now, I remember in the Slack group, I was in there and someone was asking about the price, and I said, look, it could go into 9,000. And this was when it was at 20,000. And the reason was, it was simply because I just used some Fibonacci retracements, and you put those levels on the chart, and then it comes back to a certain level, and that level was 9,000. So I like technical analysis, and I use that with the charts. I'll just see. I might just have a quick look if I can bring that up. I might just bring that up now and have a look. Let's see if I can log in. Oh yeah, so if you're not familiar with this, is the Coingy platform. Really good. So at the moment, we're just having a look at the GDAX. We're on the GDAX chart. I'll see if this is the one I saved it on. And we'll use this anyway. So basically, we'll close that out there. So we'll go to we're at 1 hour. Let's go to 1 day, okay? And you basically got this here at 10,000, and this is 10,000 over here. And what you can do is you can put a fib retrace on. So fib retracement, we start at this point, and then you go up to something like this point here. Now if we move it across, move that here. So this is like the first, where it pulled back, and this is like the highest point. And these are the fib levels. And as you can see, it's passed through that 618 fib level there. And this section here is what you considered, support and a buy area. Basically, it's retraced, 61, nearly 2/3 down. It's nearly retraced, okay? And basically, that is note from that moment there that even that point, which was the 7th of December, and on the 17th, it's taken a while, but this is played out, and essentially that rise, it was destined to come back. And as you can see, it even came back on the 22nd of December. There was a drop, couldn't recover, and we're down further. So it's still possible that it can go close to 9,000. As you can see, the 9,000 level here, and it's close to that last thing. If it breaks that and continues, then it's going to continue below 9,000 for some time. It's not going to go up. But anywhere in here, it will continue. And when it does, you're looking at basically the move could potentially go from in this range, right up here and shoot quite high. So that's just, I thought I'd quickly show you that. And basically the market, this is pretty standard for January. So yeah, hopefully you didn't sell out today. And a lot of you would have seen a lot of people put a lot of things up about, buy or hodl, hold on for dear life. Basically, you just don't sell, you don't get emotional. If you're getting emotional about the value of your coins, then you haven't quite got there yet. You've got to, whatever you have invested, you've got to have no emotions to it. Sure, you get it, do get excited, but don't, and you might get depressed or whatever, but you've got to level that out. So when things are going great, awesome. When things are not so good, hey, but you can't, like, there is people that mortgage their houses or got into debt to get into and paid top dollar, like 20 when it was at 20,000, and now it's like at 10. They've lost practically all the money. And not only that, because it's debt, they're paying off the interest, and they could be bankrupt, some of these people. So it was a bad day for a lot of people if they sold out. If they hold on, maybe they got a chance of getting out. But this is the problem with being in debt or having loans to pay for crypto or something like that. You can only put, unencumbered money in there, money that you're willing to lose, and money that is not in debt. Otherwise, you're going to seriously have problems. So it's like margin trading, the same risks apply to that. So anyway, the whole point is, don't worry about it. It's going to bounce back, and you're going to be thinking, oh, I should have bought more. Okay, that's what's going to happen. All right, and I think that covers about it on the news that I saw. So I might just have a look if there was anything else. I think that was it there. What I might do is I will just have a look at some of the live questions, see if I can answer some more questions. Bit sequence. I will check out Bit sequence. And also Justin Crypto, welcome. I heard that people will go on to lay a complaint, take class action lawsuit against YouTube, endorsing BCC like Trev James, Craig Grant, and Crypto Nick and Ryan Hildreth. You know what? It probably will happen. These people, can get sued. I don't know exactly where they live, but if they live in the US, people are going to come after them. This is things, always going to be ramifications for your actions. And, if they consider that whether it's investment advice or misleading people, and for them to benefit because they're so public and they're out there, there could be some ramifications for that. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, and that's why, not everyone does it. That's probably why there's only a few people that did it. And certainly, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. Let's put it that way. Okay. Andrea says, do you think BTC will drop under 10k? Yeah, could do. It could go down to about 9k. I think between 9 and 10k is where it's at. I don't see it going below that, but I definitely think it could go to 9k. But the chances of it going below that I would say are pretty low. I think we're a lot of support at 9 and 10k. I mean, honestly, who's going to sell at that level? A lot of the new people that have got into the markets and sold out, and also there's probably some large positions. There could even be a play like maybe with the future contracts has got something to do with it as well. Since essentially the futures contract happened, like they brought out futures, and then we see things like this. So yeah, look, there's always things that go on. You don't know exactly why, and also here's another thing. When price moves and there's no real news to say what's going on, you might find it goes in the opposite direction. So, for example, if it's going to be a massive rise and the price is going to go up, before that, the price will go down. It will go down as far as they can make it, for however they can do it, right? And when that price goes down, the moment it hits a certain level, it's just then they switch it and then they buy. and then everyone else starts buying, and then the news comes out as well, and it continues to rocket. You'll see it. It's like when you'll see news come out, and there is no reaction, or there is a reaction beforehand before the news come out because people know about what's going, and you've just got to be aware of that. Okay. I might go to quickly have a look at. There was some questions I think that I had. There's questions and comments, so I might grab a couple of those, and we're going to finish up shortly, around about half an hour. We'll go in and have a look here. Cool. Hey, and I was looking at my subscriber count. That's you guys. I think I'm at 396. So how awesome is that? So thank you very much. I really appreciate that for joining and subscribing and coming back and watching the live streams. I really appreciate it. So yeah, we're getting close to 400. Maybe the next one will reach 400. So I might do something pretty cool for that if you're on the live stream tomorrow night. So so some of the questions, have a look here. What do we got? Joseph, new subscriber, thank you. Any opinion on Deep Brain Chain? No, not yet. I'll have a think about that one, see if I can find some info about it. There's so many coins, I don't know them all, but I will check them out. Did you buy it to the moon, says Leo. Crypto Geek, let's not panic over the dip. I'm going to give you, I love that comment, because, people panic, and there's just no need for that. What else have we got? Let's have a quick look. Appreciate all the comments. See if we've got any other questions. Bitcoin price at the end of the year. That was Dina that won the Bitcoin Cash. Congratulations again. Yeah, as I said, I still think it to be 100,000. Okay, I still think the market's going to 10x over the next. There's no reason why it won't. Excuse me. Yep. John says now's the best time to buy crypto. It's cheap. That's exactly right. Stefan says, what happened to the crypto market? Is it dead? No, it's not dead. This is just a little correction, and it's going to continue going up because money's going to keep coming into the market. All right. Oh, Ledley, you received my $10 Bitcoin. Excellent. That is awesome. Crypto Dash scam. I don't know about crypto. If you're talking about Dash, like digital cash, that's not a scam unless it's something different, Alex. I'm not sure. Yeah, when the market drops, it's time to buy. Never buy any coin at all time. That is so true, Ryan. Yeah, basically, you want to be buying when the market's down, and you want to be selling when it's breaking new highs. If you're selling, then you want to be taking it when you're doing new highs. So wait till you're at all-time new highs if you want to take, sell your coins and get some money out or get into something else. And right now is when you're turning fiat into coins, or you're just hodling. Okay, you're holding on. All right, and I think that's I think that about covers it. I'll just see if we've got any more questions, and then we'll finish up. Crypto Moon says, yeah, less than 10k now. So we'll have a quick look back at the price. We'll refresh that. We're at 1100 now. This is an aggregated price. But if we have a quick look at some of the actual markets, it'll tell us. Let's click on the markets tab. Bitfinex, the most amount traded. Yeah, so we're talking 9,785. Now the ones that the other ones that are trading at a premium are the South Korean ones, but generally the ones we use like Poloniex, Bittrex, they're at 9698. So it's definitely, I would say, it definitely has broken that. I mean, Bitfinex, BTC USD, $9,785. So yeah, it's definitely broke that. It could go lower. We'll see what happens over the next couple of days. But right now is a buying opportunity. It's when your favorite coins go on sale. You just need to buy up because it won't be long, and they're going to get away, and you're going to be thinking, I need to get more of these coins, and they've already went up so much. So yeah, and I'll just finish off with another ICO we've got happening tonight in a few hours. There was another couple of ICOs completed today. Nearly every day these ICOs coming out, and some of the ones that are coming up, or the ones that finished, looks like Envian finished. They raised 100 million out of that, their mining operation. In SurePower, it sold out very fast. Also, AidCoin ended. If you have a look at these, practically, we're in the 20 million sort of range for these ICOs, and they're selling out fast. Some of these ones, sold out in minutes, and not very long at all. I think Self-Keys sold out very quickly, and this one, 20 million for Lala World. So there was practically, completely selling out on a lot of these ICOs. There's still ICOs coming up, some new ones, some big ones. A lot of them have already done well in the pre-sales, and now they're going to the public main sale. Okay, and yeah, if you want to find out more, you can always hit me up. You can check out the link I've got below. My good friend G. Gavin, he's put together a course, which is where I learn everything I know about ICO. And we basically are in that group, in that Slack group, and I think there's over 200 people now that are in that group, and we're basically in ICOs all the time. And this is where it's at, getting really good prices for these coins, and then essentially getting 2x, 5x, 10x, and yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. Fair bit of work involved. It's not like Bitconnect Ponzi scheme or anything like that. You just hand over your coins and that's it. You've got to do some research and learn what to do. Go through the process, invest, and then cash out. And it works. It definitely works. So if you want to hit me up with that, you can with any comments below. If you want to reach out to me on Facebook, and go to the Facebook page and send me a message. If you have any questions, or click through the link, check that out, see what you think, and I think we'll go from there. Alrighty. Well, I'll finish up now. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate everyone. And I think when we hit 400, which should be tomorrow, I might actually do something for everyone that's on live. Tomorrow night there'll be something special, so only for the people that are live, I'll do something special for you guys. All right, so that's pretty exciting. So don't forget, for anyone new watching this video after it's posted, like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon if you want to get updates from me. And looking forward to tomorrow. Okay, see you then. Bye.